Hi, my name is Marita, and in this very room, at this very table, we'll be exploring the past, the present, and the future while using our tarot cards, our crystals, and everything in between. I hope you'll take this journey with me on The Read. And what's the read?
Come on now.
And what you need to hear, what you need to see. And what's the read? And what you need to hear, what you need to see. Let the spirit speak, ancestors and reach, guiding you spiritually. Long as you're listening to help you all day, talk through me. The insight that you seek or the closure that you need, if you follow spirit leads you. So call reader for the read. Ooh. Hey, and what's the read?
Come on now.
And what you need to hear, what you need to see. And what's the read? And what you need to hear, what you need to see. They wanna vibe with me on the read. Come take this journey with me on the read. We got our crystals, cards, our cards on the read. Come take a seat.
My name is JR. I've had a few readings, tarot readings before. It's been a few months since my last one, but I really enjoy these kinds of things.
Today, I'm so very excited for someone that I just absolutely met, I swear, like 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. I'm so excited to have JR here at this table in this very room. JR, welcome in. Yay,
Hi.
may I have a hug?
Oh, of course.
Yay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is really exciting.
Yeah, I'm glad you're excited because I'm excited too.
Me too, okay. I don't want to knock your table over here.
Yeah, look, me and this table have been going through some things.
I
and,
see that.
Okay.
There's a little stone down here. Hang on.
Oh, you got a stone.
Is this one of yours?
What? It is.
There you go.
Wow, I feel like we're already starting. That's great.
Okay.
And creepy at the same time. I'm so excited. Like, Spirit's like, ooh, we got things to say. I love that.
Yeah.
So before we officially begin, I love to give the same speech before every reading. I'm communicating with your spiritual counsel and my spiritual counsel, which I consider to be all of the golden light beings that come to serve us on a regular basis, such as angels, ancestors, animal guides, or spirit guides, for clear, concise, honest messages that will bless you on your journey.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So we're gonna start with, yeah, of course, you're welcome. We're gonna start with our numbers, and then I'm gonna get to this crystal, but I wanna get some numbers out here
Is there
first.
something going on with that thing?
Yeah, so I use these crystals for like interpretations, and a lot of times I base it off of like the colors that they have, the shapes that they have, and that's why I thought it was interesting that you would find a random crystal on the ground.
Just on the ground?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's not weird at all, but like I'm not at all affected by that.
Oh, okay.
But generally speaking, right, with this crystal, the pink really reminds me a lot about self-love and self-care. So there could be a lot of reasons that you need to take some time to self, right?
Okay.
And some time to center. It also reminds me of, because there's a lot of gray in this crystal as well, where there could have been some experiences that you're working on, like confidence or maybe even imposter syndrome, and feeling as if maybe you're not qualified or something to do something, or again, there's an element of needing to place a certain level of care onto self versus pushing some feelings down or emotions down or something like that, okay?
You got all that from that little guy right there?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I love how you look around. I love this. You're the best. You're the best already. So we got 4, 9, and 5. Okay, so generally speaking, April, May, and September could be significant months. Okay, 4th, 9th of the month could also, 4th, 9th, or 5th of the month could also be significant. I also find it interesting that 4 plus 5 is 9. So I don't know. I'm like 9s in September or the 9th of the month. Maybe even the ages between 4 and 9 could have been very significant, where you learned a lot or there was a lot of transformation during that time period. So there's a lot to be processed by what it is that you've been viewing and seeing in your life. Okay. Additionally, 4s remind us that everything is okay even when it doesn't look that way. So it could be some things where you're kind of waiting on it to fall together. And I feel like Spirit is reminding you that even if you can't necessarily see it or visualize it, things are fine. Because 5s remind me of a lot of like unexpected things or a lot of quick movement, stuff that we weren't exactly anticipating, right? And I feel like there's a lot of Spirit saying if you can just kind of go with the flow and continue to kind of expect the unexpected, you'll find a lot of blessings by the fluidity that you bring to your life. And 9s remind me about the end of cycles. So I do feel like there could be something where where you're kind of like, I'm going to move, or I'm going to do something new in career, or I'm going to restructure something around the home. And there's a lot about Spirit reminding you to fall and evolve into whatever this is, okay? And be okay with releasing things that are no longer serving you. So we'll pause for a minute. Questions, comments, or concerns?
Gosh, I want to take some notes. Like I want to write some of this stuff down. Yeah, there's a lot that you're saying that really resonates, both in the crystal, because I'm having some shifts in my life right now, and generally good things. And I'm thinking about I have some new positions that I'm taking in my life and everything, and so I do kind of feel a little worried. Am I cut out for it?
Fair.
I think that's a natural thing, but it's still there.
It matters.
And these numbers, each of them is pretty significant. Birth months for important people in my life, and 9 is I don't know if I should I tell you stuff, or
you can tell me. Since we started now. Go ahead.
I was born in September, so that's my birth month. And each of those insights that you had from those numbers were. They were all really resonating with me. So
thank you for that. Yay.
Sure.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yes. This may also be Spirit reminding you. I love how you
saying, like, am I still in this TV studio? Like, what are we doing here? I got you. We're here. Okay.
I think Spirit is also reminding you that this birthday or this solar return, that you should be paying attention to how you're celebrating yourself, okay? There could be a tendency to just kind of like, it's another day, or not to allow people to love on you or something like that. So making sure that you are very present for your birthday and you do something special, okay?
Thank you for that. Yeah, I've tended to not do much on my birthday lately, but I've been wanting to. So okay, this is going to be your fault this year.
That you go all out.
When I go nuts on my birthday this year.
You can blame me. It's all on camera.
Well, you have to come now.
Yeah,
you're invited now.
And I will come.
Okay.
Seriously. Seriously, I will. I'm like, because this is so serendipitous. I definitely will. I love that. Spirit's like, go all out. You deserve to be celebrated, though. It's also something about, which I think you already kind of touched on, though, with this 2 of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs. It reminds me of needing to come together with business with someone. So this could mean moving in together, or like a contract or something with someone else or something, but there's maybe anxiety surrounding the situation. But I feel like most of your anxiety is purely just anxiety. But does it resonate that you are coming together with someone through? Okay.
Yes. Okay. Moving in with someone in my family. We're going to be sharing a house, so that's going to be interesting. That's a new situation for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I feel like
also selling houses and stuff right now. I'm doing that kind of thing with different properties that I have investments in, I guess. And so it's like, yes, there are contracts that are being signed on all these kinds of things.
The law of attraction manifestation allows us to be proactive versus reactive to things, right? And so one way if you have your own prayer notebook or just something that you like to write in, you can say, all great things happen for me. Each contract that I set out to receive, I get tenfold. Each person follows through on everything they ever said. My home will be blessed and content, and everyone in there will be peaceful, right? Really projecting into the future what you want versus kind of like waiting for it to show up and then kind of being like, what do I do with that?
Right.
I think that there's a lot more control in your hands than you have realized in a while.
Wow.
Even the 6 of Wands, it says victory. I think it's also important that it says decolonization and rebirth on it as well. So there's a lot, again, about you releasing what people have told you or projected onto you, or you should have did this, or you should have been this. And I think there's a lot of coming into your true, authentic self. But there could also be a difference between the way that there might be almost this grieving process that you've had to do of like, I wanted to be this person, or I thought I was going to be this person, or I was this person, but now I see the world this way, or I want to do things this way. And there's something about being gentle with yourself and having grace through that process. Okay. So I'm going to keep moving unless you have questions, comments, or concerns.
Thank you. I feel like I probably have a lot of questions, but...
That's fair. Yeah. We're processing as it comes.
Yeah. But everything you're saying is really resonating.
Glad. So we'll get our final kind of set here. When I think about the Joker, it talks about a lot of positive changes. So which
Really?
yes, for me when I read it, right? But also with the 5, that's also positive changes and quick movement. And you also have this 8 of Wands, which is also swiftness. So I don't know if it's just that from this reading there'll be a lot that you have to process and you'll change a lot and it'll just create, you know, like these really great things. Or if there's also on top of that other things that you've been planning or just kind of like, damn, like when is this going to happen? Or when is this project going to drop? Or when is this going to, and I feel like a lot of these things are going to start coming together a lot quicker. But there is this element of maybe you haven't necessarily felt your best self in the last like couple weeks or months, or you had just a period within the last 6 months where you just weren't really feeling good. And I think that there was a lot of like having to overcome that at first, because there was also a lot of processing that came with that. And I think that all of those experiences had to be like done and pushed through first in order to open the floodgates of whatever it is that you're waiting on. So there is some sort of release that will be had, whether it's just, again, like in this moment, or you'll sleep and kind of think about something and you'll start seeing things moving a little quicker for you, okay? So being patient, because it won't be that long, okay? Because sometimes we think about patience with like 6 months, a year. I think patience for you is a few days or a week, okay? All right, last couple things. Do you have someone significant, and I know that's kind of like a loaded question, but someone that's significant that would have passed, but it would have felt sudden to you or unexpected? Does that resonate? If not, it's okay, but it does help me to.
It was a little while ago, but
Yeah, it doesn't have to be recent. It just would have been something where you weren't expecting them to pass. It was sudden and
yes,
maybe
yes.
heavy, very heavy for you
Yes.
as well. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to get a couple things from them because I think they just wanted to make their presence known. I find it kind of interesting because I do feel like they could either be represented in this card right now or they're not showing their face. So it's a couple of things with that. Either maybe you just didn't get a chance to say goodbye, or there just wasn't a certain finality within that they want to make sure that you understand that they didn't mean for it to be that way, or mean for you to not have the opportunity to say what you need to say or speak about what you need to speak about, okay? And so there's a lot of them just making their presence known and acknowledging, okay, the depth of what that situation really meant for you, okay? If this is representative of who this person is, we have the Prince of Swords, and so this person could have been younger, or you would have considered them to have passed before their time period or something like that. Maybe they did love computers, or maybe computers were significant, emails, texts, or something like that as well. Okay, and then maybe they were very smart with the hacker card here as well. They could have been like someone that had a very like methodical kind of mind about them sometimes. So just a little bit of a reassurance that just as much as you kind of miss them, they miss you as well. And also some reassurance that time does not negate love, right? And different dimensions, or heaven or earth, or however you want to view it, right, does not take away from the experience, from the relationship, and from the bond. And so if you can open yourself up to receiving signs from them, there could be certain things that maybe they do that you just kind of be like, no, that was weird, or no, I don't believe that, or no, I'm not. And I think that they are trying to make sure that you understand that they're still around, okay? Because I'm wondering too if there's been a lack of passion since their passing, or a lack of feeling, and maybe that circles back to the emotional intimacy of feeling like there aren't other people that will understand, or there's something about you and the closeness of people that you constantly or consistently have to work through. And I think that Spirit is wanting to reassure you that you're loved, that you're cared for.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go nuts on my birthday this year. It's been foretold, I think, in the numbers and everything. But no, I think it was in these things going on in my life. I've kind of felt that I've had to be the initiator for a lot of things, and to be caring for a lot of people, which I think everybody kind of goes through that in different parts of their life. It's one of those things, right? But I have felt like I've been putting out a lot, and then just not through anybody's fault or anything, but like I just kind of haven't been the recipient of a lot of things. I've been kind of doing things for people, and so it was really nice to hear that I was like deserving of love and things like that. So,
my name is Bernard. I've had a reading before from Marita in the past, I want to say 2 years ago. Honestly, I'm just here to celebrate my sister and her show. Whatever comes, comes. If I get some good news like last time, that's a plus.
I'm so very excited and pumped to welcome in my very, very good friend, Bernard, to the table.
Let's get it. How you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good.
Good. It is crazy because like I'm nervous, you know, because it's like like it's a little more nerve wracking because I know you. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm so excited to have you.
Hey,
You're
I'm
sitting at the
excited
table.
too, man. First off, I gotta say, man, I didn't know that we were going to the gun show today. Look at Lord.
No, okay. Unnecessary things. All right. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
We're going to do the similar speech that I do before every reading. You kind of know the spiel a little bit. You already kind of know what we do.
I know what's
But
up.
yeah, right. I'm like, you already know. But you know, I got a professionalism, you. I'm communicating with your spiritual counsel and my spiritual counsel, which I consider to be all the golden light beings that come to serve us on a regular basis, such as angels, ancestors, animal guides, or spirit guides, for clear, concise, honest messages that'll bless you on your journey.
Okay.
What you want to say? You look like you
No,
want to say
man, I'm
something?
excited, bro.
Okay,
Let's
good.
get to it.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what numbers you have today. Okay, I did a little quick roll to get it. Okay, did something there. So we got 6, 7, 6. So generally, right, we got June, July. Could be significant months, okay?
So my birthday is June 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. We're preparing right now.
Setting the table, if you will. All right. Also, we talked about July. There also could be just some changes or other things happening around these months, okay? So just making sure you just stay and keep up with the things. all right?
That's really funny that you said that. Next week, on the 7th, is the last day of the kids' school in North Carolina. They'll be back. Yeah. The whole tribe. The whole tribe.
babies.
The whole tribe.
It's lit. It's lit. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, Spirit's talking about how significant and great that's going to be. Okay, I was just like, so pumped. Sevens are awesome. About rejection being protection and how delays in divine timing matter, right? And that delay does not mean denied, okay? And so a lot about Spirit reminding you to keep persevering, one foot in front of the other, and reminding yourself that everything you need is going to line up as it's required, okay?
Right.
Okay, so we got that. I'm so excited. Okay. What else do we have? 6s do remind us not to worry about career, money, finances, things like that, okay? So if you do have any stressors related to the physical things, such as home and car, Spirit remind you to look more internally and focus on your feelings and emotions,
Right.
okay? And be more family-oriented, which
It's definitely going to take
okay,
place.
right, we already know. Also, 6s kind of remind me of anxiety a little bit too, okay? And maybe like seasonal depression, stuff like that. So making sure that you're keeping up with mental health things, with your emotions, your feelings,
Right.
journaling, venting when necessary, not stuffing stuff down, okay? 6s are also a very humanitarian number. So I do feel like moving forward, your life purpose will, I mean, working with students.
You already know.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's already humanitarian based. So I guess this is Spirit just reminding you, right,
Right.
that a lot of your life purpose does relate to, helping others, and also maybe even family stuff too, not just like your family, okay, but you might find yourself in like some situations with other people and helping their mama and their daddy and their sister or like some stuff like that, okay?
I got you.
Okay. A lot of Spirit reminding you that you're meant to be mediating some things.
To be of service.
Yes.
I got you.
Okay. 6 is also a creative number, so making sure you are finding creative outlets. Okay, that it's not just work, 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 family, 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 work, 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 family, family, family. Okay, you need some passions and hobbies of your own. Okay.
You're right.
7s also deal with. It's a very godly number. Okay, and so I do feel like there's a lot of God responding back to you about the personal relationship you have with them, because there could be some things that you've been like just speaking to God about or like praying to God about specifically, and I feel like this is just that response of like I hear the things that you're saying and the
Right.
things that you're praying about and that they matter. Okay, 7 is also a number of research. Okay, so there's a lot of like researching, reading, looking things up, learning that will be taking place. So if you wanted to go back to school, or if you wanted to get a license, or if you wanted to just learn something, there's a lot of positive signs for that as well. Okay, and then what else we have? We talked about rejection being protection, right? So things that aren't moving in the way that we thought, being patient. Okay, and knowing that it'll all show when it needs to. And 7 is also a very singular number.
Right.
Okay, and we know you do spend a lot of time doing your own thing, and that's okay. I feel like Spirit is reminding you that you do need that time to recharge, right? And so it is necessary. It is a part of who you are, and that's okay, right?
I honor it, man.
Right, exactly. We know that. So, questions, comments, or concerns?
No, it's really crazy that you said to be of service, man. It's been a lot of things in my life that occurred recently that let me know that like I'm here to be of service to people, man. There's a lot of pain going on, especially in like the Black community.
We have next the King of Wands. So I think there's a lot about Spirit being very proud of the work that you'll be doing in the next like couple weeks, or like what you've been doing presently, of becoming closer to your passions and feeling a lot more connected to self as well. I think there at some point might have been a disconnect between the way that you were feeling internally, the way that other people were viewing you, and just a lot of like various different windows, but not all of it was fully representative of who you are. And I feel like there's a lot about Spirit saying this next chapter will allow you the opportunity to externally express what is internally going on in a way that you feel secure and safe and confident to do. Okay? We also have this little symbol of the snake kind of like eating itself or whatever. And I do think there is kind of like, it reminds me of regeneration, things, shedding old skin and coming into something new, and how that cycle is a constant repetitive thing, and not to become, I guess, alarmed by having to do all these different transformations and all these different changes.
And you already got an idea of what that, okay. Good
So
to
let's
know.
see, right, so let's see what else we have. Throwing a fire also reminds me of like,
If I'm not mistaken, if I hear throne of fire, that means that the kingdom is about to be established through destruction.
I love that, yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
preparing for the worst, but I'll let you continue. I'm sorry.
What they say expect the best. That's what it says in this packet for this show. Shout out to NECAT. It says expect the best, but prepare for the worst, right?
Exactly.
So we're going to expect the best outcome, but we'll prepare for a couple hiccups, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
But also what I think is important is this kind of like wand it has, which reminds me of alchemy, right? That we have the power to change and to I don't know.
No, I got you.
Okay,
We're
to affect the atmosphere.
in tune.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and be real.
Okay.
Don't sugarcoat this.
You
Tell
already
it to
know.
me.
Like,
Tell it to me.
So there could be someone in your life who presents as feminine. So they present as like more like in their feminine vibe or as a woman, but they internally may have a lot of masculine traits about them.
Okay.
And I think,
All right.
and I think that there are some ties to this person that are not easily dissolved or easily removed. There may be children involved with this person or different circumstances here with that. And I think there are a lot of societal things that are affecting the dynamic between you and this person. And it's not just you or just this person or just y'all. There are a lot of societal dynamics that kind of fall into this. I think also there's a lot of media affecting this person, or a lot of like other things, like external things affecting the way that this person thinks. I think this person is also dealing with some health challenges, physically, mentally, emotionally, that also affect the way that they're able to communicate and the way that they're able to show up. As well, they are a very sensitive person. I think that may be why they kind of have some interesting traits about them, is because they don't look at me like that. It's because you're now trying to be PC. Don't look at me like that.
Go ahead. You rolling. You on fire right now. I see you.
So I think that this person also, because of the things that they struggle with, they have a hard time showing up as their best self. And I think as well that they actually do have a lot of intuitive qualities and gifts about them, but because of maybe the amount of stuff that they absorb and the amount of like unhealed things that they have going on, they just don't know how to, be who their best self, right?
I got you.
But I do think this person is going through some sort of transformation where maybe they are trying to be better, okay? They might be trying to be a lot more emotionally mature, okay? So try your best.
I got you. So
Okay.
you're telling me to be patient?
Patient, but you ain't got to wait on nobody.
Oh, I'm not waiting on
You know what I'm saying?
anybody.
Patient,
Yeah.
but you got to hold motherfuckers accountable. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
Like patience, but okay. All right, we'll get our last set.
You better spin that. I love it, man.
You said I was like, I'm finding it.
No, seriously.
So now one of the last things that Spirit wanted to touch on is knowing how it has felt like you have been running on a marathon, or like doing a lot of work and a lot of tireless movement to get what it is that you're looking for. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to receive the fruits of your labor. Usually I think about the Six of Wands is, it literally says victory, right? And look how excited they are to be like, oh my God, I finished the race. Look at me. Oh my God, I'm a winner.
That's crazy. Then that 6 reappears. Okay.
Significant things in June. Significant family changes in a positive way. Okay, significant emotional changes in a positive way. Lots of things that will make you feel like, I'm not
I'm in. I did it.
I done did all these things. Look at me. I have a lot to show for, and a lot of feeling as if people are also cheering you on through that process. And I just love how relieved they look and feel within this picture of like, look,
Right.
right? And I feel like you'll have a lot more opportunities moving forward, stepping into. June is literally tomorrow. It's literally tomorrow.
Right.
Right, stepping.
The reading was, man, a lot of things resonated, especially being of service to people. That's really my passion. I tell my friends all the time, man, because I graduated from Fisk University, created a whole community in Nashville, Tennessee, originally from Chicago, Illinois. And, you know, the people that I gravitate towards are humanitarians in the community. So it really resonated about being of service to people, especially in the North Nashville community. I'm extremely passionate about that. She brought up some things about family dynamics and, you know, expecting the best out of people, but preparing for the worst. So it was really enlightening. I like the fact that she kept it honest. You know, yeah, she gets nothing but praises in my eyes.
Now, this part of the show is all about you. We'll choose between two numbers, or maybe you'll feel drawn to both, right? And then you'll receive a message interpreted by me for those numbers. You've got a couple choices and options. We have 920 and 333. 920 and 333. Okay? Don't forget your pen, and don't forget to take those mental notes. So here we go. 920. We have spiritual gifts, endings, cycles, releasing, femininity, decisions, duality, reset, and resilience. Cycles are a part of life. Some cycles are more challenging than others, but ultimately they are meant to lead us closer to our own inner divinity. It's important that we honor the natural flow of life, because there will be waning and waxing moments. As you move forward into this next chapter of life, try to remain positive about what is to come. It can be difficult to cope when life is transforming unexpectedly. So make sure you're asking for help from your friends and family, and don't forget to call out to your spirit guides when needed. It's time to prepare for newness to be ushered into your life. So these changes will be well worth the discomfort. Your intuition will help you to make sound decisions. All right, 920s, we're moving on to our 333s. Are you ready? Do you have your notes app open? Here we go. Here are your keywords: manifestation, co-creation, the Trinity, spirit guides, light working, and endings. This is a time to grow closer to spirit. Your dreams and desires are so grand that the universe is just dying to be a part of it all. The best part of actively asking the divine to help draw in this growth and this prosperity is that they will fill in all the many gaps that you need. The difference between, or it feels like the difference between, having a wedding planner and doing all the work yourself. You're already great at manifesting, so continue to look into new and creative ways of accomplishing your goals. Additionally, you don't have to conform to any specific religion or any specific ritual. You just need to do what feels right to you. Remember that you, yes, you, are loved unconditionally from spirit. Thank you all so much for taking this journey with me in this very room, at this very table, listening from spirit and gaining what we need to gain. So until we meet again,